Well, it's Thursday night, and it's going to end up being my last night here in Lethbridge. So I thought I'd just take a minute to come and explore this beautiful pond that's right over by the dorms where we're staying. Rachel and I came for a little walk here last night. Funny, all the time that I lived in Lethbridge, I'd never once come here. It's just the cutest little pond. There's about 6 or 7 people that are trying to fish tonight. There was none yesterday. That's very interesting. But it's quite beautiful. So today was our last afternoon class with Lorraine. And we had 2 presentations that were on the same topic, which was gender in technology. And it was really interesting and really a heated, in some ways, debate. And I really was offended by some of what they were saying, some of the presenters. But it was one of those cases where I don't think it was worth the battle. So I just kind of clammed up and shut up and buried my head a little bit. I'm not really here to change a lot of people's ideas about things. We tried at our table. We have a fairly progressive, I would say, table, and we tried to bring up a few issues. Topic about gender and how there's multiple genders, not just male, female. There's a little bit of everything in between, and it really was falling on deaf ears, and so that was unfortunate. But I think that's a product of the culture down here, product of Lethbridge sometimes, unfortunately, even though we are at an academic institution. I forget sometimes we are still in Lethbridge. I really enjoyed my time this year. I think I enjoyed my time last year, but in a different way. I made sure that I took time for enjoyment and for time to go to the park and go to the Japanese gardens and do all those things that I really like to do. So I had a really good time when I was down here. I think that it certainly helped knowing the people that I was down here with this time, and we all get along quite well. Well, the sun's starting to set and it's about 9:15, and I know that I've just got to get back and start pushing through the last few assignments that I've got to get done, and get my emails sent and get my assignments finished and ready to go. So that's really my last push that I have to do. And then this time tomorrow, I'm going to be back in Calgary, maybe down at the Stampede celebrating my birthday. So it's been a very, very hectic and busy and fantastic couple weeks. You know, I've been very thankful for my friends and thankful for my classmates as I've been down here, and I've really enjoyed the chance to spend more time with them and to get to know them on a different level. I've also really enjoyed some of the quiet, personal, reflective time that I've had. I don't often find the time for that during the school year, so maybe this will help me make sure that I find some of that time for myself during the year. I think that it's absolutely critical, and I think that I've had a pretty good balance this year overall. There's peaks and there's valleys, and there's some things that are unavoidable. The month of May and June is our busiest time, and it's just a number of things, 5, 6, 7, 8 things, all combining at the same time. So there's nothing much I can do about that, but try and find balance in my life the rest of the year, and making sure that I've got some time for myself to enjoy time by myself and reflect or pause or write or whatever I need to do. So I think I did a lot more of that when I lived in Lethbridge, and I think that's kind of what brought it back to my mind, and I've liked it, and I've liked taking the time to reflect and pause and just not work 24 hours a day. It's I've been very busy. I've been working quite hard, and I haven't been sleeping, but I still think that I've got a half-decent balance compared to what I often have. It's getting a little bit darker out, a little bit harder to see. It's closer to 9:30 now, but I just wanted to point out that that's the building that Rachel and I are in, and we're somewhere in the middle there on the second floor. I don't know exactly which one's ours, but that's where we are. And over beside it there is actually, you can see the university library, all those black windows there. A little bit further down, sticking out from the coulees there, that's the actual university, but none of our classes are there. Our classes are actually in a building that's the other side. You can see between the two residence buildings, that's the gym and the fitness facilities, and our building is actually just on the other side of that, and that's where we've been taking our classes. But there's been a couple times where we've needed to go to the library, and even one day we needed to go all the way down to the actual university building. But it really is quite beautiful here. There's a real natural beauty to Lethbridge, especially with it being so green. It's phenomenally green. I seem to remember saying the same thing last summer, but I remember it being brown and white more than green. So, never mind my 30th birthday tomorrow. I kind of forgot to think about that. It's been 10 years since I first moved down to Lethbridge. Not to the day or to the month or anything, but it was in the fall of 2000 when I first moved down here. So that's pretty incredible. That's pretty incredible to think about what I've done in those 10 years since I was 20. It's kind of overwhelming in a way to think about everything that I've done and accomplished, and I think I'll be doing a little bit more reflecting on that tomorrow. But just 10 years, and to think that the university library here wasn't here 10 years ago, and some of the stores and restaurants and shops and places that I even went today weren't here 10 years ago. So where will I be in 2020? Will I be back to school again? Is this what I do every 10 years? I can't even imagine. I can't even really fathom at this point right now where we'll be in 10 years. I don't think I'll be back in Lethbridge. I don't think I'll be coming back for a further degree if I do happen to choose my postgraduate or choose a doctoral. I don't think I would come here, only because I've already gotten, at that point I'll have had 3 degrees from here, and I think it's good to diversify a little bit, but that's a conversation absolutely for another day. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. Nothing too profound, just a few updates about today and the week and how I've spent my time, and a little bit about the future. So maybe I was a little bit more profound than I give myself credit for, but wish me luck. I'm off to finish up my last 2 assignments, and by tomorrow I'm going to be 30 and half done my master's. It's not too bad.